Okay, this is another writing practice for fourth grade. Pencil tip art. We're gonna read, we're gonna find the main idea, we're gonna understand what the passage is about, and then we're gonna move on to the questions. Pencil tip art. Dalton Getty is a carpenter by trade. He spends most of his time at work remodeling homes. He spends his free time, however, on a very unusual hobby. He creates sculptures from the tips of pencils. And this is a photo to support that. Some examples. When Getty was a child growing up in Sao Paulo, Brazil, he and his friends used pocket knives to sharpen their pencils. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils. He would then give the pencils to his friends as gifts. As he grew older, he carved large pieces from wood, but he was always much more interested in small pieces. One day he decided that into the tip of a pencil he will carve a miniature sculpture. This is a very weird sentence. One day he decided that into the tip of a pencil he will carve a miniature sculpture. It's like the idea is mixed. Getty's unique hobby was born. Today, Getty uses only 3 tools to create his sculptures: a razor blade, a sewing needle, and a sculpting knife. He now lives in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Among Getty's many creations are a tiny chair, a shoe, a mailbox, and a church. He has even carved a miniature Elvis Presley into the tip of a pencil. Most sculptures take several months for Getty to create. However, some projects take longer. Getty once carved a pencil into a series of 23 interlocking chain links. That project took 2.5 years. Getty doesn't sell his work. He just enjoys making things for himself and his friends. Occasionally, though, some of his miniature art is displayed in museums. This pleases Getty because he wants people to notice small things. Getty used to get frustrated when they would break. That's very weird, that this sentence. But a change in attitude has helped him. Now he accepts the fact that delicate pieces are sometimes going to break. As soon as he begins his project, he thinks, I wonder how far I can get before it breaks. It's very interesting. Let's look for the answers. First question. What is the best way to combine sentences 6 and 7? I need to look for question 6 and 7. I'm going to move that as to a side. Sentence 6 and 7. I have them right here. I'm going to use my color. I want to use green. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils. He will then give the pencils to his friends as gifts. We're going to combine those ideas. A. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils, which he will then give to his friends as gifts. This could sound correct, but it's repeating the word friends, so I'm not so sure. Next one. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils. He would then give the pencils to his friends as gifts. If you remember the rule, yes, yes, no, no. He will then give the pencils. It's a complete idea. And there is a comma, but there is no fanboy. So that's wrong. It's comma and you need your fanboy or fanboys to join them. You don't join two complete ideas just with a comma. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils after he will give the pencils to his friends as gift. No. He wouldn't carve them after giving them. It's incorrect. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils that would then give the pencils to his friends as gifts. Okay. So B and C are totally wrong. And I need to decide between A and D. One is the correct, one is the structure. I'm going to read them again, think about it, and choose the best of those two. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils, which he will then give to his friends as gifts. That could be. Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils that would then give the pencils to his friends as gifts. That would then give the pencils. Okay, the best is actually the first one. Getty learned how to carve his friends' name into pencils, which he will then give to his friends as gifts. That sounds better. Letter D is repeating pencils, pencils. Okay, Getty learned how to carve his friends' names into pencils that would then give the pencils to his friends. So it's letter A. Number 14. What is the best way to revise sentence 9? So I need my sentence 9. Let me move my paper. Sentence 9 is right here. One day he decided that into the tip of a pencil he will carve a miniature sculpture. That sounds like Yoda talking. One day he decided that into the tip of a pencil he will carve a miniature sculpture. So let's revise it. Letter F. We're in question 14 and we are doing F. Okay. One day he decided to carve into the tip of a pencil. He will carve a miniature sculpture. Okay. Let me choose my green. This is a complete sentence, and then you have a comma, and this is a complete sentence. What is missing? Just like that, the fanboy. Okay, so this one can't be. G. One day he decided that he will carve into the tip of a pencil where he carved a miniature sculpture. Okay, he will carve where he carved. It's repetitive, so no. One day he decided to carve a miniature sculpture into the tip of a pencil. That actually sounds good. And the sentence does not need to be revised. No, it does need to be revised because it sounded like Yoda talking. One day he decided that into the tip of a pencil he will carve. No. So the best is this one right here. One day he decided to carve a miniature sculpture into the tip of a pencil. Perfect. Next question. Kenny realizes that there is a sentence in the third paragraph, sentences 11 to 18, that does not belong. Okay, this is actually fun. You need to find out the one that does not belong. So let's not complicate things. What you need to do here is try it. Try out. Okay? If I can take it out and still understand the passage, then you're good. Okay? Let's see if which one does not belong. We're going to try out. Sentence 12. I need my sentence 12. It's right here. Let me read 11. Today, Getty uses only 3 tools to create his sculptures: a razor blade, a sewing needle, and a sculpting knife. He now lives in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay, this one seems to be the one that is extra. Among Getty's many creations are a tiny chair, a shoe, a mailbox, and a church. He has even carved a miniature Elvis Presley into the tip of a pencil. Most sculptures take... Okay, it's talking about his art, not where he lives. So I'm going to put a little dot in there. Can I take out sentence 13? Sentence 13 says, among Getty's many creations are a tiny chair, a shoe, a mailbox, and a church. If I take this out, it says it doesn't belong, but this paragraph is talking about his art. Okay, let me move this a little bit. Oh, okay, let me move it down. It's talking about the art. Most sculptures take several months, some projects take longer. It says 17. Getty once carved a pencil into a series of 23 interlocking chain, and it took many years. So sentence 13 actually belongs there. It does. So It's talking about the art. So I'm going to cross this out. This is talking about the art. Let's see sentence 14. Let me use the red. He has never carved he has even carved a miniature Elvis Presley into the tip of a pencil. Okay, sentence 14 is example about the art. Let's see 17. Let me move my paper. 17. Getty once carved a pencil into a series of 23 interlocking chains. Okay, this one right here is also talking about his art. It's another example. Sentence 12 is talking about where he lives. So, which one does not belong? Sentence 12 does not belong because it's talking about where he lives. Question 16. Question 16. Here we go. The meaning of sentence 23 is unclear. Kenny can clarify the meaning of this sentence by changing they. So you have to answer the question, who is they in sentence 23? Sentence 23. Let me move my paper. Sentence 23 is right here. Getty, and I did, actually I remember drawing this little line because I wasn't sure. Getty used to get frustrated when they would break. What will break? What is they? What will break? I'm gonna write down when they would break. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. That's a strategy. Plug it in. Here we go. When the stuff he worked on will break. Okay, stuff. No. When, let's try letter G. When this and that will break. Is this clear? No. When items and things will break. It's like saying this and that. Not clear. When his pencils and pencil tips will break. This one actually makes sense. Okay? It's number 16. Okay, let's continue.